Hello and welcome to M&A Access, the official podcast of the Alliance of M&A Advisors. My name is Gina Gallutia and I'm the Executive Director. Today we are meeting with some folks from First Tee because we have a golf tournament coming up, and First Tee is the charity that the golf tournament benefits, so we thought you might want to get involved and learn a little bit more about them too. Welcome.
Thank you.
Katie and Aaliyah. Tell us about yourself. Let's start with Aaliyah.
Of course.
My name's Aaliyah. I'm 14 years old, and I have a very big family.
Very big. How big?
I have 10 other siblings.
10 siblings.
Correct.
And you are where in that group?
I'm number 8.
Number 8. You're otto. Okay. All right. And girls, boys?
There's 4 boys and 6 girls.
Oh, good. The girls have the boys outnumbered. Excellent. Excellent. That's what I was hoping for. And you were involved in First Tee how? Tell us about your story with First Tee.
I first started in First Tee when I was 10.
Okay.
We're homeschooled, so our mom wanted us to get out the house.
Your mom homeschools 11 kids. No wonder she wants you guys to get out of the house.
She wanted us to get out the house, so she just looked up on Wikipedia and Google, and she found First Tee. So then that's how we first got started in it, the homeschool class. So yeah.
Cool. Awesome. And with First Tee, what do you learn there?
We learn, of course, golf. We learn control and stuff because, in golf you have to have integrity and a bunch of other stuff. I think we just learn to find ourselves in it because, before, I didn't really know what I liked, and then I started golfing, and then I found myself in the program.
Awesome. I find that golf also requires a lot of patience.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's where I'm lost in golf. But so when you say you found yourself, can you tell us a little bit more about that? What did you discover about yourself through golf?
I found that I am very a perfectionist of what I do. If I start something, I'm going to want to finish it. So when I first started golfing, I was really bad, terrible. And then I just kept working on it. And, my coaches gave me, motivation because, they were all, one big family and stuff. So I really found, the courage to keep going and not give up. Nice.
Well done. And what do you want to do with golf from here on out?
I want to get a scholarship and play college golf.
College golf. That's the whole theme of our tournament. What is your favorite college golf team?
I really like the UNT team.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like
Good school. And Katie, tell us about yourself.
Of course. I'm Katie Harris. I'm the program director. I'm involved in everything that we do in our programming part of the world, as well as I'm involved in some of our beneficiary events like this tournament that we are involved with currently. And so my role includes connecting with our young teens like Aaliyah in our ACE program, our scholarship program, on top of everything else under the sun that happens within our specific chapter here in Dallas.
Okay, so your chapter in Dallas, how many chapters are there in First Tee?
There's over 150 chapters across the world. So the main organization, the headquarters of what we do is in Ponte Vedra, Florida. Okay. We are the charity of the PGA Tour. So
cool.
Whenever there's a tournament that's happening on the PGA, that tournament does support the local First Tee chapter. Oh. And so there are First Tee chapters everywhere in the United States, all 50 states, as well as 6 different international locations across the world.
How did you get involved in First Tee?
So my previous life, I was a high school teacher. And I happened to have a father that played professional golf. That was my whole life. I happen to have a picture that I can show everybody that's on my desk. It's on my phone of my dad teaching a golf lesson, holding me in his arms at 7 months old. Aww. So this is all I've ever known. And I paired my love of working with youth with my lifelong golf knowledge and found the right place for me. I've been in this chapter in Dallas for 14 years now, and I've found something that really is a significant passion of mine is to get involved with the youth that need and want the mentorship and the connections and the relationships that we build within the chapter.
That's cool. So First Tee is pretty vast. and, worldwide. What is the goal of First Tee and how did it come about?
Sure. So the original goal when First Tee came to existence, it was in 1997, and it was a group of people got together and said, how can we bring golf to youth that don't think it's for them? And a number of different large organizations in the golf industry got together and said, let's do this together. The USGA, the Augusta National Organization this week, the LPGA, the PGA, and the PGA Tour, and Shell Oil kicked in a few dollars and said, let's make a nonprofit. And in November of 1997 in Central Park in New York, they effectively cut the ribbon, if you will, to starting First Tee as an organization. And so it was, let's make golf accessible to anyone and everyone that wants the opportunity to swing a club. Okay. And from there, it went from open the door to creating a curriculum that is proprietary to our organization to develop skills, internal skills and external skills, to where the youth are not only just learning the game, but they're also learning everything that comes with life through the game. Things like Aaliyah said, integrity, honesty, responsibility. We teach those things through the process of learning the game at the same time and provide mentors that help them feel comfortable doing so from age 5 all the way to high school graduation.
Very cool. And when you meet a kiddo, because, as a teacher, you're like, hey, here's what I see you. I see your growth potential. You don't see your growth potential yet. Talk to us about how golf is special in helping them discover what you see in them and what is there.
Absolutely. That's part of the fun of the way that our organization is structured. So as a former educator, we talk about inquiry-based learning. Our job in First Tee is to provide the tools, the pieces, and say, here's everything. Here's your problem, your challenge. Here are the tools you can use to solve it. And I'm going to stand here and ask you questions to help you figure out how to do it. It doesn't help the learner to be given the answer. I'm going to provide you, me as a coach, as our staff, are going to provide you the opportunities to figure it out yourself in a positive manner so that you see your own potential instead of me providing you and just telling you that it exists.
I saw you nodding your head, Aaliyah. Tell us, what did you experience with that, with that inquiry-based? What have you learned about yourself, and have you seen it kind of branch out into other parts of your life?
Yeah, First Tee has definitely branched into other parts of my life. Not even just like the golf part of my life, but with the integrity responsibility. I've been helping around the house more. I've been doing stuff that I normally wouldn't, do. Integrity, I've been telling the truth more, not lying, because I feel like if you cheat in golf, you're just going to cheat everybody else. So I've been just applying the things that we learn at First Tee in my personal life.
And I can absolutely say that for me, part of the things that we teach in First Tee is positive self-development, positive confidence. I asked Aaliyah to do this today with me, knowing that this would push her out of her comfort zone. That she has the skills, the knowledge, the ability to speak about the cool, fun things, the relationships that she's gotten to build, but has not ever had the opportunity to speak about it. So I thought I'd push her boundaries and invite her to come with me today. So hopefully it's not too far out of your comfort zone, ma'am.
She's doing all right so far. No worries. Okay. And also I would think that, we're in the M&A space, right? So golf is big because that's where deals happen. A lot of the time is on the course or where those relationships are built. And I think that what you guys have been talking about in terms of how you find yourself, it's also how you get to know someone else too, right? If you went golfing with me, you'd see I love hitting things, but not if it's just a little short space. That's where I'm done. Like if I get to the
short game.
Yeah, I'm no good, right? So you do learn a lot about each other. And have you seen with your youth that they've used golf in their business life moving forward? Absolutely.
So having been here for as long as I have in the chapter, I've seen numerous participants graduate and go on to college and then go into the business world, or not just the business world. There's a young lady that is now an engineer. And her family are not a golfing family. And she decided that golf was for her after we provided a middle school after school program for no cost to her school, and she decided to try it out. Well, now she has traveled across this continent for her engineering degree, for her employment, and played golf with her peers, with her coworkers, something that she never would have had the opportunity to do otherwise. And it's made an impact on her ability to move up in her position in her company. And she's reached back out and told me about that. And it's a wonderful, heartwarming feeling to know that somebody that otherwise would never have held a club had the opportunity to advance themselves because of something we provided them when they were 12, and now they're 25. So that is really an awesome feeling to have.
Yeah, really rewarding, for sure. And when you think about those stories in the many years that you've been involved in First Tee, tell us one that stands out to you most.
Of course. So I'll pick one that's pretty recent. We have a young gentleman that is currently in college. He joined us when he was 7 years old, and it was just him and his dad. He didn't have... he had a wonderful family around him, but it was a built family. It wasn't the extent of blood family that some people have. It was just him and his dad. But his dad was a sports guy, and he loved golf. So he wanted his son to enjoy it too. And so we, took his son into our program, and he became part of the furniture, to use an old idiom. And I'm happy to have known him the entire time. And he blossomed into an incredible young man that has become part of one of our biggest ambassadors as an organization. He was chosen to be a national scholar with our headquarters. He's currently at Boston College.
Oh, cool.
And during that time, within his first year of being in college in Boston, his father unexpectedly passed away. And I was one of the first people he called to tell that had happened. And so I talk to him to this day, since it's been a year now. He calls me once a month just to tell me what's going on, how's he doing, and just to use me as a bouncing board. And he has told some of the headquarters staff that work with him on his scholarship that I feel like an extra mom that he needed. So at this moment, he is dual majoring in finance and business, and he has solidified an internship at UBS in New York City next summer.
Oh, very cool.
So he went from a gentleman that was just him and his dad, when he was young, living with his grandmother, to being in Boston College and looking at significant internships and having no college debt. So to go from, just this young boy to where he is now and the opportunities he's had is incredibly heartwarming.
That is beautiful.
Thank you.
When you have kiddos come into the organization, I was thinking when you were talking about we've adopted, and one of the things that we learned is that when someone has had trauma in their life, the best way for them to build resilience is adults who just believe in them, who are just present and there with them and believe in them. And that's what it reminded me of, is that really it feels so small. It doesn't feel like it can heal those big things or become something greater, but just being there and being that person who believes in them and coaches them and encourages them really does make a life-changing difference.
Correct.
For sure.
And it's been proven through research that our headquarters has provided that the coaches, and the structure of which we have an internal coach philosophy and training about how do you teach like First Tee. And it's been proven through research that 90% of the kids that continue to come back, our participants, like Aaliyah, return because of the relationship and the mentorship that they've built with the coaches that we provide. So that is a big focus of the organization as a whole, is being those people that can support those youth that need those standing, known people that will support them through and through.
Very cool. Aaliyah, tell us what you would share with someone if you had the opportunity as a youth to learn about golf. Talk to the youth out there that maybe always thought golf was weird and boring or not as exciting as hockey. And then tell us what you would tell an adult about how it has impacted your life and why they should get involved.
First, if I was talking to youth, I would probably say that you have to try it first, because I thought golf was very boring too, because my dad loved watching golf, and I didn't like it. But when I tried it, I saw I felt like, okay, wait, this is actually fun. But it's hard, But yeah, I would say try it first, and then if you don't like it, maybe it's not for you, because not everything is for, everybody. Mm-hmm. To an adult, I would probably say for your kid, it builds like good relationship with friends. I have a lot of friends at First Tee, and like we kind of build a family, like I said before, and it teaches us stuff in life that I feel like, we're gonna need to have in this world.
What would you add to that, Katie, about, adults learning about First Tee and getting involved in First Tee? How can they get involved, and how can they learn more?
For adults, we ask very minimally cost-wise. So if you have a child that you're interested in joining our program, our fees are minimal. It's not the same as paying for a significant amount of lessons. There is absolutely junior programming that I'm aware of in town that it's $500 for a 6-week class. And we're not at that price point. We're here to open the door to anyone and everyone. And so if you want to get involved, we have programming all the way from McKinney down to DeSoto area, and we go as far east as 40, and we butt up against, there's a First Tee of Fort Worth. The DFW airport is our split area. Mm. But we do both us and Fort Worth have a significant offering of programming available to any and all children that want to get involved. For adults that want to get involved outside of, participants joining programming, we do take volunteers. We always need volunteers. There's only so many of us our staff, and we have so many kids that want to get involved, so many youth that want to join what we do. Mm-hmm. So volunteering, we ask for a general volunteer that wants to get involved with our programming 2 hours a week at a location that's close to you. We just ask, can you spend 2 hours a week for 6 or 8 weeks mentoring, building those relationships, and teaching the curriculum that we provide. Mm-hmm. We do also have need of donors, of course, be they individual or corporate. We would be happy to connect with anyone and everyone interested in learning more about how you can support kids like Aaliyah that come to our program and learn so much more and grow through what we provide.
Perfect. And nationally, mm-hmm. if they're looking to find out more, just head to the website?
firsttee.org. So firsttee.org is our headquarter website, and through there you can actually type in a zip code. It'll tell you what location or what chapter is closest to you and give you their contact information so you can learn more about their local options.
We're taking just a quick break from this conversation to let you know about some upcoming conversations that you could be a part of too. This summer in Chicago at AM&AA Summer Conference, you have the opportunity to meet with hundreds of decision makers with over $1 billion in the transactional buying power. There will be panels with insights like what you find in this podcast, hundreds of meetings happening, as well as really great networking opportunities. You can find out more at amaaconference.com. Hope to see you there. So, Aaliyah, someone mentioned earlier that you are in the ACE program at First Tee. Tell us about that.
ACE focuses on 4 stuff: education, career goals,
college readiness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
community service.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not just playing golf then?
No.
Okay. So there's a curriculum. Do you guys sit in a classroom and talk through it, or what?
So usually we have ACE meetings where we all meet up and focus stuff in our ACE book, which is like, it has those 4 things that we are doing. So like there's 4 chapters, the things that we just said. We all meet and talk about what we're working on in our ACE books.
Perfect. And when you started this, what were you expecting it would be?
I was expecting it would be pretty boring.
And what have you found it to be?
It's really fun because then, the community there, like we talk a lot and stuff when Coach Katie's not there. And stuff. We'll just hang out and not work on our ACE books.
So good community time. And then when Coach Katie is there,
then we'll work quietly.
Sometimes not quietly.
Yeah, not quietly.
There's discussions involved. So the ACE program has multiple components to it. Here in the Dallas chapter, we have 3 different opportunities. To become an ACE participant, you must be in high school. You have to be in 14. And then there's a skills requirement. There's a process. This is meant to be the cream of the crop. It's the kids that started with us when they were young and have become not only good golfers, but great people. And so we have expectations of completing an application to be selected to join the ACE group. And so once they have the opportunity to play at courses that youth otherwise do not get to just generally play, and they get to play with each other. We have book days, like Aaliyah was speaking about, where they actually work through the 270-page curriculum manual that they are meant to turn in over the course of 2 years. And then we also have clinic days, which is, if you ask them, me being really difficult in providing opportunities, activities for them to work on their golf game. The big focus is becoming ACE certified, and that would mean completing their ACE books, which is the 4 projects that Aaliyah talked about. The first one is working on their golf skills. The second one is creating a community service project out of thin air. They must complete it from the absolute beginning all the way to the end and log the entire process and have an outcome towards the end of it. Mm-hmm. The third one is looking at career readiness. How do I know what I want to do when I grow up? How do I go through this process, and do I really want to be an engineer? Do I want to be a doctor? Do I want to go to college for that long? And then there's job shadowing and resume building, and you actually go through a interview. They want you to go through a mock interview through that process as well. And the last one is researching education. Where do I want to go to college? Why do I want to go to college there? Is that really the best choice for me? And it's meant to take them 2 years to complete this entire process. For the now 22 individuals here in Dallas that have completed that entire process, we have an giant wall of fame at our facility down at Trinity Forest, and those 22 are guaranteed scholarship funds from our Dallas chapter through the entirety of their undergrad years. Because they have completed first tee programming, we want to incentivize them and reward them for the work that they've put in to be a part of our chapter.
Very nice.
Thank you.
And you mentioned that they get scholarships, a guaranteed scholarship through the ACE program.
That's right.
It seems as though with that preparation that you've done, that's more of a guaranteed success for them and for that scholarship and for that, donation money ultimately, right?
Absolutely. So of the scholarship money that we've given out, not all of it has gone to ACE certified participants because we have a number of alumni that we've served. Our scholarship program has been in existence since 2011. It started with one $5,000 donation from a donor that were given out to 4 youth. And now it's turned into yearly we give out 30 scholarships. Last year we gave out 30 scholarships to over $130,000. Which put us at about $1.4 million in scholarships given to Dallas youth alone. There's 150 recipients that we've had over the time of the last 15 years. 90% of those have either continued their tenure in their undergrad or have already graduated. Only 10% have not completed or gone on to work because they needed to financially.
Right. Wow. That's a cool program.
Thank you.
It's like the Scouts of golf?
You could say that. It's our form of the scouting structure. It's our form of an Eagle Scout is the ACE program. And clearly we've been able to produce outcomes because the current number is 1 of every 3 college freshmen that walk into college continues to their sophomore year. The other 2 don't, for financial reasons, for other reasons, but we have clearly beaten that statistic with just what we are providing from our program.
Very nice. Okay, so you come from a big family. I come from a big family, but it's half your family size, so let's just start there. That's a big family. When you first started First Tee, you said you were 10?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you started the homeschooling program. It seems to be something that your family does as part of the homeschooling curriculum a little bit. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And what has been your experience with that?
The homeschool class, I was a student. Now I'm a coach. I coach that class
cool.
now. So, yeah, I coach my siblings and stuff, my smaller ones. But, I think that the homeschool class, it grew me into a better person because I'm very introvert. I don't really like to talk a lot. And now I want to be a school teacher for, the coaching aspect of it. And I feel like that if I didn't, if Mom never signed us up for that one class, I don't really know who I would be. I think, First Tee and stuff made me a way better person than I was, 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what's your experience been with the coaching? Both on the side that you've gotten to be a coach, but now that you get to be a coach too.
I think that how I learned to be a coach was for like the positive energy the other coaches gave me. Like when I could barely hit the golf ball and they would tell me, you know, keep practicing, keep doing this, keep doing this. I feel like that since they gave me so much positive energy and stuff that I became better, and then now I can focus on my siblings and the other people in my class that I coach, that I can help them. I can be the coaches that my coaches were to them and help them grow up in golf.
I'm very curious about, golf is a lot of time outside. And kids these days don't spend a lot of time outside. But you get sunshine and fresh air how often a week?
Like the whole week. Yeah. We go to our country club and like we play golf there, 18 holes. And then we have 2 classes, 2 times a week, and we'll do that. And we spend a lot of time outside.
That's awesome. Because 18 holes takes 4 hours. Is that right? Okay. I know that because we've done tournaments, and that is the only reason why.
So basically, I was practicing, and it was bad shots. Like I was hitting my 7-9, and it was really bad. And my coach came up to me, and she was like, just keep practicing, you know, you got this. Don't let, you know, the negative thoughts come into your head. You're doing this wrong, so fix that and fix that. I think that the coach, she just gave me, you know, the momentum to, never give up and don't let, doubts go into my head because, you know, sometimes you're always going to doubt yourself, if this is really the thing for you. And she just helped me in a way to, trust myself and have more confidence in myself.
Negative thoughts are really, really difficult to dispel when you're at your age. You know, even at our age, negative thoughts can fully derail your day and your traction. So that's a really important skill early on, for sure.
Correct.
For sure.
Part of our curriculum as a First Tee organization, we have 5 key commitments, and one of those pieces is positive self-confidence. We talk about that. We harp on that. We build lessons around building your own inner strength and inner comfort. And so that's something that means a lot to hear that you had that happen. That means something to you even to this day.
Very nice. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course.
It was great to learn about First Tee and about your stories. And I love to see some ladies in golf as well.
I agree.
So thank you, and thank you for joining us. We hope you learned a lot and get out there on the golf course. These kinds of conversations are happening all the time. We'd love for you to join in, whether it's through our monthly webinars, our biannual conferences, or our SEMA certification, and then we have our chapter events across the nation all year round. You can find out more at AMAAonline.com. Until then, see you next time.